President Maduro is also opening a diplomatic channel by inviting Elliot Abrams for talks. But as Caleb Maupin explains, the United States' special envoy for Venezuela's record in South America isn't very promising.
Elliot Abrams, the Trump administration's new special representative for Venezuela, has been assigned the task of restoring democracy in the country. And he says he's up to it. Just look how well he did in El Salvador.
From the day that President Duarte was elected in a free election to this day, El Salvador has been a democracy. That's a fabulous achievement.
Yes, the pro-U.S. candidate Duarte won the elections, but how democratic was the situation? There were human rights abuses and death squads everywhere. In fact, one of the worst massacres in the history of Latin America happened around that time. Now, Abrams got confronted about the gruesome details before Congress.
Yes or no, do you think that massacre was a fabulous achievement that happened under our watch?
That is a ridiculous question, and I
yes or no?
No.
I will take that as a yes.
I am not going to respond to that kind of personal attack, which is not a question.
Now, the civil war between the U.S.-backed factions and the Marxist revolutionaries continued until 1992, and slaughter by U.S.-backed forces also continued. The death toll was as high as 70,000 people, but Ronald Reagan did not consider that to be a deal-breaker.
The people of El Salvador had another free election in March. Economic reforms are continuing, and communist guerrillas are losing ground. And none of this would have been possible without the economic assistance and military training and equipment that we provided.
So, what have been the results? Is El Salvador now a land of prosperity and freedom? Hardly. In fact, in 2017, El Salvador had the highest murder rate of any country in the world that is not currently at war. Those figures only decreased slightly in 2018. Now, somebody might look at this and say, well, that was decades ago. Why bring it up now? Well, the fact that Abrams wants to repeat his democracy restoration project in Venezuela is certainly alarming. And when asked about this before the U.S. Congress, he didn't deem it necessary to give an answer.
Would you support an armed faction within Venezuela that engages in war crimes, crimes against humanity or genocide, if you believe they were serving U.S. interest, as you did in Guatemala, El Salvador, and Nicaragua?
I am not going to respond to that question. I'm sorry.